don't go believing anything I say. No, don't go believing me. No, don't listen to me. Don't take any notice. Don't listen to anything that I say. Thank you.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
We've been here before. The storm clouds gathering, and we remember what happens when a wave starts rolling in. Mr. President, come and have a seat here. Welcome, President Macron.
We are in a new situation. The B11592 variant that comes from South Africa is highly worrying.
Though case numbers have remained relatively high, we're seeing falling hospitalizations and falling numbers of deaths. But on Wednesday, we received news of a new variant, the so-called Omicron variant. Here before. The storm clouds gathering, and we remember what happens when a wave starts rolling. Mr. President, come and have a seat here. Welcome, President Macron.
About 2 weeks ago, we did a drill for the coronavirus. We called it the Omega drill. We sat together, all the officials of the state, for almost an entire day and planned the scenario in which a new variant of the virus, which is highly contagious, arrives here and hits also vaccinated and children, and that did come fast.
We've been here before. Here before.
Over the past 48 hours, a small number of cases of a new variant have been detected on our international genomic database. The sequence of this variant, currently called B11529, was first uploaded by Hong Kong from a case of someone travelling from South Africa. The UK was the first country to identify the potential threat of this new variant and to alert international partners.
Mr. President, come and have a seat here. Welcome, President Macron.
Early indications show this variant may be more transmissible than the Delta variant, and current vaccines may be less effective against it. It may also impact the effectiveness of one of our major treatments, Ronapreve. Madam Deputy Speaker, we're also worried about the rising cases in countries in Southern Africa, especially as these populations should have significant natural immunity. So while we don't know yet definitively whether the exponential growth in South Africa is directly associated with this new variant, This PCR test analysis does indicate that there could be many more cases of this new variant than just those that have been sequenced so far. So while we don't know yet, so we're taking the following steps. Yesterday, I announced that from midday today, we're placing CIS countries in Southern Africa on the travel red list. These countries are South Africa, Botswana, Lesotho, Eswatini, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. Madam Deputy Speaker, I wish to stress that we're working quickly and we're working with a high degree of uncertainty. Madam Deputy Speaker, I'm pleased to respond to the Shadow Minister. His first question was around the countries, the six countries that we have decided to put on the red list from midday today. We are going by primarily about where this new variant has been detected at this point, and that's been confirmed in two countries in Southern Africa, that's South Africa and Botswana at this point, and that's been confirmed in two countries in Southern Africa, that's South Africa and Botswana. We've included before the countries that I mentioned earlier in Southern Africa as a precaution, and I think the Shadow Minister won't be surprised to know that we are keeping this under review, and there's very live discussions going on around whether we should and when we might add further countries, and we won't hesitate to act if we need to do so. In terms of the vaccine donations to developing countries, the Shadow Minister is absolutely right about the importance of this. He will know that the UK has, for a country this size, done far more than any other country in the world, already over 30 million donations, We're absolutely committed to our 100 million target, and we will continue to work bilaterally with countries, but also through the COVAX alliance to get out more vaccines to the developing world. In terms of the severity of this new variant, I'm afraid we don't know enough yet. From what we can tell from a let's call it a desktop analysis, given the number of mutations that have been identified, and double those that were there for the Delta variant, it does indicate that there's a possibility that it might have a different impact on individuals should they get infected. But as I said earlier, there's a lot we don't know. There's a lot we don't know about this, and we are working with our international partners to find out more.
In Africa, for example, just 6.6% of the population have been vaccinated.
Should have significant natural immunity.
Now, of course, it's every government's first duty to protect its own people. Everyone understands that. But does the Secretary of State agree that the United Kingdom and other rich countries in the world must do more to ensure that surplus doses that we don't need are distributed to countries that do need them, rather than not being used and ultimately, in some cases, being destroyed?
Whenever we have identified vaccines that we may not need, we have often either bilaterally or through the COVAX program.
Vaccinate the world.
It doesn't matter whether it's in 6 minutes, 6 days, or 6 weeks.
And we will absolutely continue to play our role, but also, very importantly, we will continue to urge our international partners,
known as AUKUS,
to do all they can as well.
to join the club because it's worthwhile.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!